Joyquilts. What makes this quilt unique is the design is going to fit into 2 passes without turning the quilt frame, which is kind of a lot quicker. So they're actually probably about 7 inches each. So what we're going to do is press start. Kind of stopped it just before the corner so they could see this part. We're also quilting the center of this one. The outside border, there's going to be 2 outside borders that are both different. So what we basically told the computer is that the center is actually its own quilt. And then the first border is another quilt, the second border is another quilt, and that applies the same for the sides. So really, it's 5 quilts in one. I like to go a little bit into the border because the stitches don't always meet and you want the border to be kind of held down a little bit better. So we go a little bit into that solid black, which is actually into the first border. Okay, so now it's stopped. It's going to ask what we want to do. And what we're going to do is pull out the bobbin thread, and I'm going to actually pull it over a little bit. And take a stitch. Okay. And then I'm going to cut that. And we're going to tell it to move to the next point. Basically do the same thing. Pull out that bobbin thread. And then later when the machine's gone on its way, I can tie these off. Just stitch them back in. So I'm going to tell it to go ahead and start the second row. It's a little messy right now, but it'll all get knotted inside. The way we like to finish them is to take a self-threading needle, tie a little knot at the end of it, and thread it in between the layers. It does make a smaller stitch when it gets to the edge, but that's only for the last inch or so. I still don't like to trust it, so we actually will add a knot and bury the threads. Very much like hand quilting, where we would have done it for that. It's an interesting quilt. It's a panel, so there is no sashing in the center part of the quilt. It just looks like there is. Nice fall quilt to be working on May 1st while it's snowing outside. This design is called Swirl Paisley. It's supposedly a border design, but we use it quite often in the center of the quilt. It's nice because it's the same on both ends and we don't have to reverse anything or do any work to have it fill. It basically fills the space that we're quilting. We can speed it up a little bit because the machine is handling the fabric and the thread really well, and there are no bumps in the middle to go over. It's just one solid piece of fabric, so that makes it even easier. So now I can just pop back here, release this. Generally when we do this too, we like to cross at least one line of stitching because otherwise we get a bit close like that. Put that knot pretty close down to the end. As close as you can to your fabric. And don't worry about how many little tails and things you got in there, it really doesn't matter. bottom as well as on the top. So over there, there's 3 layers. Sometimes you have to do it twice if you have a shorter thread, which I think I will in this case. And then you can just flip the thread up that little one. It has to be pretty short before you cut thread. Alright. Now, that is safe to trim, and that's a nice neat edge. And it's a secure end. So this is going to now go to the other end of the quilt, and then it's going to stop, and we'll just reposition and continue. Joyquilts, Facebook and Instagram, hotmail.com.